So, I'm trying a script for once. It's a very short 2-page script that I don't personally like, but because I can't think of anything better to do, this is what I'm doing. So, we have puns, we have guns, we've got dungeons. Put them together, and what have you got? Bippity boppity, enter the Gungeon. Gameplay is a very important part of a game, and it's a really good thing in this game specifically. So, you use the mouse to aim, which on a 2D plane in a dungeon crawler is a bit odd, but since most dungeon crawlers don't usually have guns, I guess you can't expect that because there's nothing better to do. But it's really intuitive, oddly. It's quite intuitive. And the WASD keys to move on the 2D plane. Let's see. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Then you use the number keys to switch between your weapons and use the space bar to pick up stuff. And then you use Q to do this. Blanks are really powerful, kids. Use them. Especially during a boss fight. OP. And space to use, like, the things. I don't usually use them because, I think they suck. Most of them. But I play Marine, so what do I have got to say? Press E to interact with things, like flipping tables. In a sentence that I never thought I've uttered in my life. God damn it, I shot the table! In no other game, in no other experience, will you say, God damn it, I shot the table. But you say it a lot. Because you shoot those tables, not cables, not Time Warner cable. Tables. The break. And they're supposed to be used as cover. But you shoot them. You kill them. You destroy those poor tables. What did those poor tables ever do to you? What did they do to you, Internet? What did they do? What did they do, Internet? And enemies like to shoot you, and move, and shoot you. And that's pretty much all they do. Some of them are basically the same, like the blue and red shotgun shells. Nothing I see makes them different. Like, is it how much they shoot? I don't think so. Is it like the way they spread? No, they spread in the same weird pattern. Is it how fast the bullets move? No, they move at about the same speed. Is this a mistake? Was this supposed to happen? I don't know. It's like a 2017 game, I think. It hasn't been fixed yet. And there are the bosses. Bosses! The bosses! The bosses, Internet, the bosses! The bosses. Bosses. The bosses! Okay, look. I'm bad at video games, and I'm willing to admit that. But look, I can get through Cuphead in like 1,000 deaths. But for me, most of those deaths are due to cheap things. If I get a good run with no cheap shots, get some good RNG, I think that I can beat them. I've beaten Cuphead. It took me 200 hours of my life and way too many tears, but I beat it. But let me tell you, I played Enter the Gungeon 20 hours. Still haven't gotten past the first boss. They're absolutely impossible. Most of them are pot shots. It's okay. So the boss mini levels aren't as hard as the hot cocoa in Crash Insane Trilogy. It's not like bad controls. It's more like King Dice in Cuphead. Bad hard. Like, it's up to RNG and good timing. You don't get good timing. You don't know how to beat the system. You cannot beat them. Possible. 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 Impossible. Impossible. And some of these moves are impossible to dodge. So you have to come to grips with the fact that you will get hit. You will get hit no matter what you do, no matter what kind of moves you have. You will get hit. That's a fact. And then, hopping over to game design in general, as someone who does game design with my friend over at Ready Up Company, link to our website in the description, currently working on a thing. Multiple things. As a game designer, the way the game handles dying is more classic arcadey than it is modern dungeon crawlery. Because instead of dying and then continuing at X spot, like a checkpoint, or like one of the teleporters the game has, by the way, the game has teleporters, you just die, and you have to restart the dungeon, but it's not even the same dungeon. It's a randomly generated dungeon. A different randomly generated dungeon. With different things and different stuff in the store. Okay, there are two ways the game could have done this. The way it did, and respawning with a certain number of continues at any teleporter anywhere. Including the ones in the shop. And for your viewing enjoyment, and to prove my point, here's me failing at one of the bosses. Usually like video game music. That's why I overlay my own copyright-free music on some of the game clips that I do. Like, the Forza video is a very good definition of that, because I hate engine sounds. But Enter the Gungeon is an exception. It's peppy 16-bit music that I love. It's so peppy, it gets you riled up, it gets you ready for a fight. Nails you in the face. Bang! And then for sound effects, accurate 16-bit versions of guns. Not much to say there. Now listen to this. And in conclusion, 7 out of 10. A decent game. By the way, right now, get it for free on the Epic Store. Get it now. It's free until... tomorrow. Get it. Get it soon. Get it before June 17th, Internet. Well, by the time this video goes up, it might already be June 17th. So I hope you got it. It's a good game to get free, otherwise the price tag is gonna punch you in the nuts.